that title is worth so much. It's you know, it's the name. It is the combat sports leader. And if you're not in the UFC, I don't care. I mean, you can go to the PFL and you can win that $1 million tournament and you can make money. And I'm all for that. And I'm very happy for those guys. They get to feed their family and they provide and they make a great living and they can retire with some money in the bank. But the reality is, part of what you're doing is you're trying to be the best. And if you're going to be the best, you kind of have to be in the UFC.
Agreed.
I mean, that's just what it is.
Que? Meu Deus, Pedro. Hã? Caraca, hein, Pedro? Nossa.
Só ruim é a neve agora, né?
Caraca, Pedro. Calma aí, Pedro. Calma, se acalme. Nossa senhora. Hã?
Chama ou não chama? Esse coisa aqui tem que eu veio trocado, né? Ah, não, peraí. Deve querer pra baixo, eu acho. Já tem?
Красавчик. Все, надо ко мне на конюшню пойти, у меня там хорошая лошадь есть.
Она меня не любит?
Нет, конечно. Она вообще маленьких любит. Адрес. Она сама тебя повезет туда. Без навигации. Так. Видишь, тебя здесь все знают, салам давай. Красавчик. Да, хорош. Другой рукой. Головой.
Он удушающий делает хорошо, Ислам.
Да?
Да, он даже хайбол удушающий сделал.
Смотри, вот же специальный человек на удушающий. Хорошо. Смотри на его ногу, татуировку сделал. Видишь, что он?
А, вот ее точно надо задушить тебе. О, ты что, боец получаешься теперь, да?
Все.
Магомедова.
It's funny that you mentioned those three performances there, John. Hamzat, Islam, and because a lot of people, you've seen the noise. They're, oh, look at this, what's going on? People just getting taken down and controlled. I say the same thing. Hamzat Chimaev dominated Dricus du Plessis from start to finish, but that's boring. He's not trying to finish. He was trying to finish the whole time. It's just simply because of Dricus du Plessis' his toughness that he was able to stay in the fight. And the same thing with Islam and Jack Della Maddalena.
We were in awe of those performances. And then we get off the air and you hear some of the noise about maybe the fight not being entertaining. And I'm thinking, what world am I operating in? You know, I guess I just feel like this fight game and the rules, it's striker first. You know, if Islam Makhachev, if Jack Della Maddalena can't get up at the end of round one, put him back on his back to begin round two. I mean, there were three performances in 2025 that were like the sickest shit I've ever seen. Hamzat Chimaev against Dricus du Plessis, Islam Makhachev against Jack Della Maddalena, and Petr Yan against Merab Dvalishvili. I mean, he would have murdered 99% of the bantamweight roster with some of those shots to the body. Merab's otherworldly durability and toughness fought through it. That was insane.
We had...
Who do you got winning? Islam or Ilia?
Man, I don't know. I think Islam.
For real?
Yeah. Ilia's good. I just reckon the size would be a lot.
He got bigger. He said he started taking creatine or some shit.
Yeah, he was big. But then again, Ilia he's a heavy puncher, eh? If he can keep it on the feet and land punches, be a good fight. It needs to happen. I think a lot of people want to see that.
What's happening, people? Want to thank everyone for all the kind birthday messages. Sorry I can't get back to everyone, I've had that many, but my birthday's on postpone. We're on hold until the 24th of Jan, and we'll be having a birthday celebration and a world title celebration on the same night.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is your winner of the guillotine choke, Lord Miguel Silva.
And because I had about 5 or 6 eye surgeries, I do know a little bit about this. So real quick, let's talk about this. Tom's going to need, apparently, eye surgery. It'll probably just be a minor thing, like a realignment of the tendon, but things can go wrong.
The reality is he might not ever fight again. Like, who knows? Like, if he has surgery on his eye and it doesn't go well and he can't see out of the eye, apparently he's still f***ed up in his right eye. There's some tendon damage or something. And, you know, eyes are so tricky. You never know. Unless you're a fucking complete psychopath like Michael Bisping, who fought 11 fights in the UFC blind in one eye, which is so crazy that he did that.
Joe is absolutely correct, 100%, when he says that things can go wrong. My retina was reattached after it was detached against Vitor Belfort, and then it redetached, and then they fixed it again, and then I got glaucoma, because once you start messing around with the eyes, in fact, just like any part of your body, once you start going in and messing around with it, it's never the same again. It's never quite as strong, and things can go wrong. Now, medical science has improved, thank God. I remember back in the day, my coach, Jason Perillo, he got a detached retina. He was an undefeated professional boxer with bags of talent, detached his retina. That was the end of his career. Fortunately, in my career, it was saved by, well, it wasn't saved by medical science. They did their best, but ultimately I did go blind. But for Tom, fingers crossed, he'll be okay, right? Now, everyone that's come out of the woodwork, and if you just look at the comments of that tweet from Joe Rogan, that little clip, my God, there's some people out there, they don't know what they're talking about, man. This is the heavyweight champion of the world. He's not a duck. He's not trying to get out of a fight. He wants to come back and kick Cyril Gane's ass. He put that in a tweet recently. The man's pissed off and I can't wait for the comeback. However, and this is the big however, will he need surgery? Has he had surgery? Does he need surgery? Will he need another surgery? Will there be complications? The one thing you can't do with an eye is rush back. That is the one big lesson that I learned, because I did that. I rushed back too soon. I rushed back to sparring. I rushed back to competition, right? And I never saw that eye again. So Tom has got to take his time. And if he's having surgery, he's definitely going to be out for at least a few months.
Ilia released a statement saying, "I have always felt deeply grateful for the respectful treatment I have received from the media, who have been and continue to be an important part of my journey throughout all these years. Unfortunately, and very much to my regret, I am currently in the news for matters that have nothing to do with sports. I understand that being a public figure means being exposed to fake news and misleading sensationalist headlines designed solely to generate clicks without regard for the truth or the consequences." Yesterday, a media outlet published a story with a false headline claiming that I had been summoned to testify in a domestic violence case. That headline later had to be changed because it was not true. I have never been summoned to testify for that reason, although I will of course do so willingly if ever required. The fact is that due to how the judicial system works, I am required to go to that court, but the summons is solely related to a family and administrative matter concerning my daughter's travel outside of Spain, whom I have been unable to see for 4 months despite numerous attempts. I accept the cost of public exposure, but that does not justify the spread of unverified false information, the distortion of facts, or the disclosure of matters involving a minor who deserves protection. The situation began with a divorce petition filed by me following weeks of negotiations after our separation. After I refused to accept certain completely unreasonable financial demands, a complaint alleging abuse was filed weeks later, something I had previously been threatened with and which is now being reviewed by the courts. I continue to place my trust in God, in justice, and in people. I know the truth will prevail, and that I will soon be able to recover one of the 2 most important things in my life alongside my son Hugo, my daughter Georgina. All I ask of the media is the same respect and rigor that most of them have always shown me, and that they stick to the facts because the truth follows only one path.
You know, it's the name. It is the combat sports leader, and if you're not in the UFC, I don't care. I mean, you.
Am I a joke to you? Dice que no son una mujer.